What's up, everybody? Russ with rwgresearch.com here. And this is Dexter. What are you doing? Oh, that's sharp on the edges. Be careful, that one. That's a bracket I made for my 3D printer. It was supposed to tension the belts on my rod stock. And I still have them in there because I never used them because it was a bad design. They're sharp because they're supposed to dig into the wood. I've had those for, well, since 2012 at least. That's a weight. Careful with that guy. It's a precision weight. Dexter's building some cool stuff. He built a little pulley thing-mabob that rode down a, what's it called? Zip line? We made a little zip line in the backyard earlier. Anyway, so I've been doing some testing, and on the Zero, this is about the Zero anyway, this video. But I've been doing some testing. I put some new tires on here, which I'm going to show you in this video, which was a complete nightmare. And I've been charging the battery. I had to charge the battery and get it balanced because I realized that my battery balancing system is interfering with my new one, and they're not really happy with both of them connected. So I topped the whole battery off and balance charged it at full capacity, and then I went out for a ride, and it seemed to do pretty good. But I charged it, and you can see battery not quite balanced, but it is balancing at the moment, burning off some energy, so we should get them balanced. I'm curious to see about how many cycles I can do before things get out of whack, because that's a problem if I happen to have that. So this is test application version number 4.7 or something. I just ran out, did some tests, got the actual circuitry connected, so I'm doing a I'm using my throttle control through the throttle control through my program. And then in here, you guys haven't seen this yet. I've been working my butt off on this. Go into settings, and then we got all the different modes in here. We can do different stuff. We can set my full send mode. We can do wifey mode. I got current control mode. I got all kinds of fun stuff. And we push this little go, no go for launch, and it'll set the parameters, and we can play with it live. So I did drive it around. I may do some stuff with that and show you guys in this video as well. A couple of snippets. What'd you do?
Live spider in here.
There's a live spider in there. I can't see nothing, it's too dark. So anyway, enjoy the video. Watch how I change a tire, and this is how you don't change a tire, and I wasn't too worried about it because it's a tubed tire anyway, so it's fine. They run fine. But I did move, in the end of this little snippet when I try to do the tire, I did actually move the chain and everything just a little bit because it was hitting the tire. So I actually shimmed it out. Now it's out from the tire by just enough. I even machined that down. I put some washers behind some things. I shimmed everything out. It didn't have any precision shims, but I had a few precision washers, and I stuck them behind the plate here. You can see I've moved it out that thick. That used to be all the way flush, so we'll see how that works out for me. It is like really, really, really close right there. Really close. So anyway, enjoy the video. It is working pretty good, but I got some work to do. Also, the tire was hitting the this tire is way wider, so yeah, this was actually hitting. I may have to bend that out or something, but anyway, cool beans. So we'll see you at the end of all of the time lapse and running around. Oh my goodness. And that's exactly how you don't change a tire without the right tools. Anyway, I succeeded, but yeah. So I took off this guy. It was dragging the edges, so I might be able to just heat that up and mold it a little bit wider, stick it back on. But this tire is definitely a little bigger. You can see how close it gets to the back. There's a gap back there, but it's close. Problem is the chain is pretty well against the edge of the tire. However, I can shim this out just a little bit, bring this out just a little bit. There's a shim behind this. I can bring this out just a little bit, and then I'll probably have to machine this down just a little bit, move this whole chain out like a millimeter or two. It's actually pretty well only rubbing it when it's bouncing around. It might even be better when it's on the ground. So I'm going to try to get it on the ground and find out. The front tire is the same. It's really tight, as you can see. Let's see if I can get in there. I can't tell what's going on. The lid closed. But yeah, it's also very tight. The little nipples are actually rubbing the thing. But it clears, and it's sitting up, so it shouldn't have some weight on it when it's down. So let's take it off the stand, shall we? Sure, go ahead. Good luck with that. So I'll shim this over and shim that over and adjust all that. I think we're good. So I had a hard time finding these specific tires, and I got on a chart and compared everything, and this is what the answer was. These are tube tires, so I wasn't too worried about hitting the rim or scratching something. I just went at it. Got her did. It was a huge pain in the butt. I didn't film the front one, but it was just as bad of a nightmare. But yeah, these tires are definitely lighter. And it says nylon on there. 3.5 by 17 inches. And this one is a 3 by 19. 3 by 19. So I didn't want nubby tires. I wanted a hybrid tire because most of my driving is going to be on the road, and this is what is called like a trail tire, so you can go on-road or off-road. And actually, I can't even hardly see it, but I think it looks pretty slick. The tires are definitely heavy, which is not ideal. Add some weight to the whole bike, but that back tire is actually it looks really big, because it is a little bit bigger in general. All right. Okay. Here we are. I got new tires. I got my new controller with all my settings on it. New tire. Really close to the inside. Brakes are pretty good. And then I had to shim out the chain, and I moved everything out, including the sprocket. So we'll see how well that is. I haven't checked that at all, if it's round or out of quare. What the heck is a quare? Anyway, let's just hope the audio is working. Oh. You gotta check. Really got to check the chain. I don't hear any noises. Sounds pretty good. The throttle is really loose. Maybe the program I'm running is wrong. But let's switch this over, Because it could have saved it, I guess, but I doubt it. If I go to my settings, put it on Russ's full send mode and just see if it's any different. Well, it's about the same. Battery's at, it says about 94% state of charge. So let's change this over. Let's put it on wifey mode. And let's set the speed to 20. 25. We'll set it to 20. Okay, we got this ramp set at 1. We got the ramp down set at 1. Ah! That's it. That's all the faster it goes. So let's set the max speed at 30. That's better. I couldn't even hardly control it. So there you go. Ramp is real slow even if I full throttle it. And that's as fast as it'll go. So I can change this on the fly. Set it to 35. So there's 35. Set it to 40. How cool is that, right? So that's it, I'm maxed out on my throttle. That's all the faster she goes. So I'm going to set the ramp to 10. See how long it took? I think the throttle control is not quite right. I think I have something messed up in my numbers. But if you watch, let's just put it at something a little better. Let's put it at like 5. Now if I full throttle it, see how easy it took off? Let's do maximum seconds, but let's put it at like 80%. I gotta remember which brake is the back brake because I'm gonna use the wrong one if I'm not careful. This is the front one. Okay. Full throttle again. So let's go back to save me bat mode. No, let's go save me bat, but let's put it on a ramp of 5, and let's put it on, oh, we're not maxing out, right? Let's put it on a delay of 2. Let's get on the road so we can really test it. So here we go, should go full throttle in. Oh, she still cooks. We're flying. That seems to work really well. And if I do a maximum throttle, so let's do save me bat, let's do 5 and 5, so same up as same down, and then let's do maximum speed at 80%. Let's go back so I can see my speed. So yeah, my amps, oh yeah, my amps aren't calibrated. I forgot about that. So that was about 30 miles an hour. Okay. So let's go to Russ's full send mode. I want to kind of see where we're at. Seems pretty good. Can't quite get up the full speed in this little stretch. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Save Me Bat. I'm going to set this at 3. Set this at 3, and our top speed is going to be, let's just go 60 and see what happens. That was full speed. It was barely still picking up. It feels weird because the throttle response isn't quite as fast. So it kind of feels weird. So let's go to 10. I want to see what the slowest speed is. We're going to put this at 70. So that ramp is nice. That's actually a really nice, smooth, long ramp. Let's go Save Me Bat mode. We're going to put it on 10. We're going to put the ramp down on 1. So basically it doesn't allow for the battery to kick out. The only problem is it's the ramp is so long it's not responsive. See that? It's kind of too long. So if you think you're gonna go, it has to ramp up to wherever it is you're coasting at before it actually takes off. Interesting. Well, let's put it on wifey mode and make sure wifey mode works nice. So let's just put it at 25. Let's put it a ramp at like 4. Ramp down at 1. Look at that. Like literally won't go any faster. I forgot I had to calibrate the current. on this guy. So that's like a little slow for me. I almost can't keep control. So let's bring it up to 30. The settings don't get saved. Look at that. That's all she wrote. I have to do the save settings thing. So let's bring this up to 40. That's a good speed. So the acceleration really can't be too slow or it's not responsive enough. Like if I'm going slow, I throttle it. It takes a while to get going. Squeaky. So wifey mode, let's bring this to 35, and let's just bring this down to 1 and this down to 1 and see how that responds. See, I think that's better. That's 35, won't go any faster. It's about 10 miles an hour. 8 mile an hour. So I could put the real numbers in there on the miles per hour, but it would change with the battery voltage a little bit. So I'm gonna go to save me bat mode, ramp to 1. Actually, I want to change the ramp. This is a bit difficult while you're driving. Should make these a little bigger. I want to put the ramp at 4, down ramp at 1. Oh yeah, you can feel it's got a nice subtle acceleration. Gets up there at speed. Don't hit the bumps. Alright, well I think that completes our test for the day. I think we're doing good. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, the acceleration's a bit weird. I knew it would be, but it really isn't. Really worked, but okay, well thanks for watching. I guess we'll see you later. Alright, thanks for watching. Yeah. What are you asking me?
How do you get this on?
How do you get that on? And what was your answer?
Do you whip that out and then put that in, then put it back?
That's how you do it. Or they probably, oh yeah, that's a solid loop. So yeah, they bent that out and then bent it and slid it on. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I haven't done an update in a while. As you can see, my shop is a bit crazy. And been trying to do a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results so far. But I got some tuning, some things to do with the throttle, and figuring out a few, you know, just details about what I want this thing to do in general. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. And I am running the DC 12 volt up here, running the Beagle Bone. That's probably how it'll be. So the kill switch, okay, is actually turning on and off the solenoid to the motor controller, but the power is actually controlled by the key switch. So you turn the key switch on, it boots the system up, and then when you're ready to actually run the thing, you can flip this switch off in an emergency situation, or you can just leave it on. But I had some weird stuff happening whenever I booted up. My throttle control had to be set just right in order for the system to come up correctly. So anyway, and also in my video, I didn't have this calibrated for current. I recalibrated that, and it's actually got some random numbers in there. Those are actually wrong. Oh, this whole thing reset. I have no idea why that happened. Maybe it's because I had this on or off. Huh, it must have rebooted. I probably turned something off. Anyway, thanks for watching. You got anything to say, Dexter? You said no. Alright, read the Bible more. Peace and love. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.